Hello, welcome to Ross Camella Artwork. I don't know the name that I'm going to have for my channel yet. I actually just created the channel, and this is my intro video to selling artwork online. Now, just to get a couple things clear, I just launched my Etsy shop a few weeks ago. It was, I think, the second or third day of January 2017. And you're probably thinking, oh, this kid doesn't know what he's talking about, blah, 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 blah. But with these videos, I want to show you from the beginning of what it takes to sell artwork online and just everything that I do, from creating the artwork to, marketing it, to putting it on my shop, to using Photoshop to edit it, everything that I do in order to create my products. That's basically what it is. You're creating products to sell online. And with these videos, the goal is to help everyone out there who is thinking about selling artwork online, or maybe you already do and you're just thinking about better ways to do it, or you just you want to watch a video of someone who's doing the same thing as you. And I really want to help people that want to make money selling selling their work. Uh, just a little bit about myself. I've been doing art my whole life, not really consistently. I was doing art, and everyone does art when they're younger. Before the world, sets in, and as I got older, as I went to high school, college, I started getting away from that and started to, work, real jobs. When I mean real, I guess selling art is real. It's just, it's not practical in you know, in the general public sense. There's a reason why the term starving artist is a term. I mean, a lot of people that create art don't know how to, utilize it or sell it, and don't know how to market themselves, so they end up starving, I guess. But how I look at it, if you're an artist and you like creating art, that's your passion, then any other job is just it's not gonna be fun. It's gonna suck, actually. I mean, it's kind of what I came to terms with. Um, I've been in a lot of different types of jobs, mostly like marketing and sales and business type jobs. But I mean, I recently was working at a restaurant, and I ended up just saying fuck that shit. Like I hated it. I mean, every day I'm just like, what? Why am I here? What am I doing? And so I decided to open up a shop and start selling my work, because in my opinion that is the only way I'm gonna be fulfilled, is by selling, not even selling, but first just creating something that was not in this world, prior. Um, Now, if you're like me and you're an artist, and every time you create something, the feeling, you feel great. You just look at what you created and you're like, yeah, I created that shit. And every time you look at it, you're just like, oh man, this is really good. But you know, in a perfect world, you could just do that and not have to worry about making money, and that would be enough. But we don't live in a perfect world, and our world is it demands a lot from everybody, and in order to get to where you want to be in life, I feel you got to do what you love. You got to find a way in order to profit from what you love doing. Now, that is where selling art, comes in. I mean, I like to, create all types of things. I mean, what I found is most creative types, they're not just creative in one thing. They're creative in everything. I mean, whether that's music, I mean, artwork, writing. It's and I don't and I don't want to, kind of talk bad about people who aren't creative per se, but every creative person I've met, they can do everything, whether that's, like I just said, writing, acting, artwork, singing, rapping. Some of the things that I am personally good at is obviously painting, drawing, uh, designing clothing. I had a clothing company back when I was in high school. I mean, it didn't last because I wasn't really committed, but I know how to do it. Another thing that I guess I would say I'm good at is um, back in the day, me and my buddies, I mean still now, we'd always freestyle whenever we were just hanging out. And for those of you that are, you know, not a part of this world and don't know what freestyling is, that's basically, you know, rapping off the top of your head or dome with that whatever whatever comes to mind. That's just a skill that I seem to have always had. Uh, Without even really trying for it. I mean, obviously, as I did it more and more, I got a little bit better. But that's just something to kind of prove my point. Um, by being creative, usually it moves in all different fields of creativity. You're good at one thing, you're usually good at a lot of other things. So with these videos, I don't want this video to go too long. I mean, this is my second video I'm shooting. It's already at 6 minutes. Because the other one was like 15 minutes, so I'm going to try to be pretty concise and wrap this up, and then we'll get to the next video. So what I'm going to cover this video is the first thing is when you create a piece of artwork, figure out multiple ways in which you can maximize the revenue from that piece of art. So just to give you an example, I created this piece. I'll grab it right now. I did this painting for one of my buddies. It was a commission piece that he wanted. He told me he wanted all these characters in a painting, and then that's what he told me. So this is what I created. Now this is DC Comics. We got Deathstroke, Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, and Deadshot. So with this painting, I created it, and it actually took me a really long time. It's one of the most difficult paintings I've ever done. I had to learn a lot of new techniques, and I'm really happy that I had this project because it helped me grow as an artist. Now to get to my point, so with this piece, I mean I'm going to sell the piece itself, so that's one way of making money off it. I'm also creating prints that I'm selling out in my Etsy shop. That's another way, and then to maximize the design, I am going to break down each individual character and sell them, in like a solo piece, or I don't know what to call it, but so like I'll take Harley Quinn, create, I'll rip her out in Photoshop and then maybe add a different background so it looks, like, that's just how it's supposed to look. I'm gonna take Poison Ivy, same thing. Maybe group both of them, or maybe her and Deadshot. So that's like what I mean by think about different ways in which you can maximize the revenue potential of a piece of art. The second thing that I want to cover is learning to use Photoshop. It's learning Photoshop was one of the most valuable things I've ever learned in my life. I've used it countless times. I can't even tell you how many different times I've used it. If you don't know how to use an online editing program, digital or graphic editing program, learn Photoshop first and then Illustrator. Okay, so that's kind of the gist of this video. Just to give you a little preview of what's going to happen in the next video, I'm going to be showing you what I do when I create a piece of artwork, from the beginning stages all the way to the finished product, and then what I'm going to do when I post it online, and how I'm going to market it. So tune in. I'll see you guys next time.